I can introduce myself. Is there another way can I get to know the other person that I'm talking to? So welcome to our session. We are Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation. We work with the indigenous communities of Central India and now Pan-India. Today we will be speaking about our session on fostering agency amongst farmers of the Central Indian tribal belt. Now agency, what is agency? So I invite everyone present in the room to pause whatever you're doing at the moment, talking to one another, checking out brochures, and just find one person you've not spoken to since the morning, and then I'll tell you how we introduce ourselves a little differently. So just sit next to one person or stand next to one person you've not met today. All right, does everyone have one person next to you you've not spoken to today? All right. So think of what has inspired you. Think of what has inspired you today since the morning. Also think of what might have inspired you if you've been here yesterday, day before. And tell the other person, share with the other person what that deeply inspiring moment for you was like. What inspired you? Inviting everyone, all the organizers, all the presenters, the technical team, the observers. Do share that one inspiring moment from today or yesterday or day before. Has each person shared that inspiring moment? I see a few thumbs ups. All right, I could begin with sharing what has been inspiring for me. In the very last presentation, I learned something new. We've heard of ChatGPT, but how to put a new prompt on it was a new thing for me. And as a non-native English speaker, working with the indigenous communities, these words and sometimes the English technical jargon becomes complex. So that's been an inspiring moment that at the Capacity Building Hub, I am here to present my work. I'm also here to learn something new. So my agency comes from being able to be present in this room, being able to listen to one another, and also being able to share with you what we're going to do. With that, I invite the CEO, Mr. Kuldeep Singh of Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation, to come and share with us the journey, his personal journey, the organization's journey, and what he deeply cares about.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you very much for participating in our session. I'm Kuldeep Singh, and I'm from India, and I'm representing Bharat Rural Livelihood Foundation, BRLF. It's an autonomous body which has been set up by Government of India, and our parent ministry is Ministry of Rural Development. This organization was set up in 2013 with a cabinet decision, and our major focus is to work or to enable the civil society organizations to foster civil society organization and to upscale civil society organization in partnership with the state government. So the major mandate of BRLF is working with civil society organization, mainly in the tribal region, the Central Indian tribal belt, where most of the 95% of tribal population is there, which is most unserved and most vulnerable area of India. And our major mandate is to enhance the livelihood options of tribal people and tribal households. We work with civil society organizations, and one of the major reasons why we are working with civil society organizations is like civil society organizations, they have a very unique approach dealing with the communities. They bring very participatory processes when we deal with a project or implement a project. But you can see that there is an island of excellence. They work in a very small area with a quality work. At the same time, the government programs, because they are mandated to provide services to the people, to the population of country, they have huge investment. So they are working in a very large scale, but there is no quality of work. Because whenever you talk about quantity, you have to compromise on, very often you compromise on quality. But at the same time, civil society, they work on a small scale, but their quality of work is very good. So BRLF was created to make a platform where civil society come in a platform, and the state government also come in the same platform where they can work, they can supplement each other. So this is how BRLF is doing, BRLF is working. And our journey started in 2015 when we started our field operations. So initially, we started with standalone project with the civil society organizations. Then in 2017, we started a large-scale project in West Bengal, one of the state. From there, we started another project in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand. So now, right now, we are working in 7 states, and with almost more than 75 civil society organizations. So, so can I just request to okay. So BRLF values and principles. So BRLF values and principles are equity, transparency and accountability, innovation, quality, collaborations and teamwork. These are our major mandates, values and principles. And origin, I talked about the unique grant making and state partnership model, and scaling up of state partnership model. So mainly in state partnership project, we have a consortium of civil society organizations who are working in a consortium with a similar kind of objective to enhance or to effectively implement the government schemes, which are somehow in many manner not implemented in a right passion, in a right directions. So this is how BRLF is working in a large-scale model. Can I request one movie where our founding president, chairperson, it's not working.
There is a great sense of alienation now among the tribal people of this country. So it was felt that a very special initiative would have to be undertaken in order to address very genuine grievances of the tribal people. So you need a different architecture, if you like, of development itself in the regions which we are talking about, which are feeling this sense of alienation.
So he was Dr. Mihir Shah. He is founding president of BRLF. Right now, he is a mentor of BRLF. So I also tell you something about my journey in this in this organization. I joined this organization in 2014 as a program officer. And with my own values of integrity and teamwork, I worked. This organization has given me a lot of space to practice my own values. And from 2017, I was engaged in designing the large-scale project. And today, I am the CEO of this organization. And I am looking after, when I joined at that time, it was only 8-member team. Right now, we are 28 and more than 200 consultants working in the field. So in 2017 onward, I was engaged in large-scale project, designing the large-scale project, where we have, the investment is coming from the state government and the civil society organizations. They are facilitating, because we are working in a tribal area, and you know that the interior area, there is a challenge of quality human resources. You will not find the quality human resources, be it state government, be it civil society. So we are bringing the technical capacities in terms of the CSOs. They are bringing the technical capacities at the field level, and they are helping the state government machinery to implement their schemes, their livelihood programs, their mainstream program effectively. So this is the design of large-scale project. And one of the project which we had implemented in Odisha is a APC project, where 13 departments are conversing in one platform, and in 40 blocks we are working as in agriculture production cluster project. Mainly we are forming producer group of women and giving technical support to the groups so that they can go for a winner crop and then go for a synchronized productions. So one of our leader, the community leader, Manjulata Nayak, is also here. She is from Orissa, and she is a board member of one of the producer company. So I invite Manjulata Nayak to share her journey in this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Kuldeep. We have Manjulata Nayak with us. She is a farmer from Odisha. Can I request another mic? I'll need to translate simultaneously. Mic. Thank you, Manjulata ji. यहीं से बोल दीजिए.
मेरा नाम है मंजुलता नायक और मेरा डेजिग्नेशन है जंघा लिंगा महिला फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी का बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर। मैं ओडिशा झारसुगुड़ा डिस्ट्रिक्ट लाइक्रा ब्लॉक से बिलोंग करती हूँ और मैं 2002 से हमारा गाँव का 10 महिला लोग को लेकर एक एसएजी समलेश्वरी नाम के गठन किए थे।
So my name is Manjulata Nayak. I've come from Odisha. The specific region is Jharsuguda, Laikra village. And from 2002, कितनी महिलाएं?
10 महिला लोग को लेकर
with 10 women she started working as an SHG, and today the strength has gone to
माँ लोग को हम एक बाहर निकलने के प्रयास के साथ साथ उनका खुद का इनकम से 50 रुपया बचा करके हमारा खुद एसएजी का नाम से बैंक से खाता खोल के वह रखते थे और जब हम लोग का ज़रूरत पड़ेगा तो हम ज़रूरतमंद को हम पूरा कर सकते थे।
We started with a small group where people would begin with saving about 50 rupees, and we would be supporting one another as and when there was a need.
बैंक से लोन लेकर हम लोग छोटा मोटा व्यवसाय करते थे और उसके बाद हम 2019 में सेवा एपीसी बीआरएलएफ और ओडिशा सरकार सहयोग से हमारा गाँव में आरंभ किया है। एक हमारा एसएचजी के साथ साथ हमारा गाँव का 12 महिला एसएचजी के 125 सदस्य के लेकर एक सेवा स्टाफ ने हमको महिला एसएचजी महिला फार्मर पीजी गठन किए, जिनका नाम है ममता पीजी।
So we began with taking small loans from our local banks and we started in 2019. 2019 में कितने?
2019 में
10 महिलाएं?
हाँ, एक एसएचजी के लेकर गाँव का 12 एसएचजी महिला 125 सदस्य।
So we went on to about 120, from the strength of 10 we went to 125, and with the support of Seva, which is a small civil society organization in Odisha, along with the governments, the local government, and Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation, which is a grant-making organization, they were able to scale it up to a different level. हाँ जी।
पीजी करने से पहले हमारे बीआरएलएफ के सहयोग से इंटीग्रेटेड लाइवलीहुड सपोर्ट के जरिए सेवा अनुष्ठान और ओडिशा सरकार से ओआईसी ओडिशा एग्रो कॉरपोरेशन के जरिए 12 इंडिविजुअल लिफ्ट इरिगेशन पॉइंट एस्टेब्लिश के 12 फार्मर के लिए करवाया था, जो कि 60 एकड़ ज़मीन में अभी सिंचाई हो रहा है।
So with the help of Odisha's livelihood mission, they were able to set up about 12 lift irrigation plants, and that has been supporting people ever since.
और उसी के एरिया में मेरा खुद के गाँव में 50 एकड़ ज़मीन पर वाटर मिलन समर सीजन में अभी हो रहा है। और खुशी के बात ये है कि गर्व से मैं बोल पा रही हूँ कि मेरे गाँव से 25 टन वाटर मिलन ओवरमास के से दुबई भेजा गया था।
So we have been cultivating watermelon, and I am adding this from my side. It's organic, pesticide-free watermelon that has successfully been exported to Dubai, the first international market, and it's been cultivated on about 50 acres of land. And kitna ton?
25 टन
25 tons in the specific region of Jharsuguda in Odisha.
जंगलंगा महिला फार्मर प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी से हमारा 2000 महिला चाषी अभी हैं और एक एक पीजी में 100 से 150 सदस्य हैं।
So I'm part of a producer company. I'm part of the board of this producer company, which is called Jangalinga Producer Company.
हर पीजी ऐसा 2000 महिला है।
हाँ, so this producer company has 2,000 women, 6,000 women, and how many producers?
हर एक पीजी में 100 से 150 सदस्य अभी हैं।
The producer company is composed of multiple smaller producer groups, each having about 100 to 150 individuals.
एक पीजी में 15 से 25 एकड़ में अभी हर सीजनल में हर क्रॉप कर रहे हैं। और हम लोग जब खेती करते हैं तो एक मीटिंग बैठाते हैं सब लोग के लेकर, और उस एक मुद्दा रखते हैं कि हम कैसे मार्केटिंग उसका चलेगा, और उनका टेक्निक लोगों का कैसा है और जलवायु कैसा है, ये हम एक चयन करते हैं। उसके बाद हम खेती करते हैं, जैसे कि हमारा
So we all sit together, the group sits together. They do discussions on marketing, on crop selection, on seasonality of the crops, and how to take this forward.
जैसे कि हमारा विशेष करके धान, दाल, मिलेट, तेलबीज और सीजनल वेजिटेबल उगा रही हैं।
So dhan is rice, that's the local word for rice. Then millets we are all familiar with, pulses or
वेजिटेबल उगा रहे हैं,
and vegetables.
सीजनल वेजिटेबल उगा रहे हैं। और पीजी से पहले हम लोग 2 से 5 एकड़ में खेती करते थे, लेकिन आज के तारीख में एक पीजी के सदस्य में 70 से 1 लाख रुपया इनकम कर रहे हैं।
So we began with about 2 to 5 acres of cultivable land under each PG, but today the income has grown to about 70,000 rupees, Indian rupees, to a lakh per person.
हमारा पीजी का जो भी उत्पादन करते हैं उसी से हमारा जैविक कीटनाशक प्रयोग करते हैं, जो कि हमारा जैविक कीटनाशक उत्पादन करने 4 ठो एस्टेब्लिश किए हैं अभी।
So we've set up centers for organic pesticides, and this entire operation, the entire agricultural cultivation is being done through natural and organic methods.
जंगालिंगा महिला प्रोड्यूसर कंपनी गठन किए के बाद हम लोग इंडियन एक्ट में रजिस्ट्रेशन किया है।
So the Jangalinga Producer Company is a registered entity under the Indian Constitution.
एक कंपनी के हमारा 3,300 शेयर होल्डर हैं और आगे हम 6,000 शेयर होल्डर शामिल करेंगे।
We have 3,300 shareholders at the moment, and we are anticipating about 6,000 in the future.
और हम लोग हमारा कंपनी के तरफ से हमारा पीजी लोगों को एग्रो इनपुट डोर स्टेप में दे रहे हैं और इनपुट उसका मार्केट उसका प्रोडक्ट को हम डोर स्टेप में मार्केटिंग कर रहे हैं। इसीलिए इस साल आईटीसी कंपनी के साथ हमारा एग्रीमेंट हुआ है 100 टन सूखा मिर्च मार्केटिंग करने के लिए।
So we've been scaling up our operations across the different products we have, and this year we've come into an agreement with the company ITC for about 100 tons of dry chili.
हम पहले तो पीजी में 10 लोगों में आरंभ किया था, उसके बाद हमारा एसएजी था, पीजी था, उनके बाद हमारा कंपनी 6,000 महिला भी है। और हमारा नारा है कि हम हमारा जैविक अपनाओ निरोगी बनो, अर्थात हम लोग जैसे कि हेल्थ इज वेल्थ बोलते हैं और हमारा शरीर ठीक है तो हम लोग अच्छे काम कर सकते हैं। इसीलिए हम लोग यही नारा बनाकर हम लोग को हमारा सभी लोगों को समझा रहे हैं कि जैविक अपनाओ निरोगी बनो।
So our slogan is जैविक अपनाओ निरोगी बनो, which translates directly as adopt organic, become healthy, and that's the motto of this producer company.
थैंक यू सो मच। जय जंगा जय लिंगा, जय जवान जय किसान।
So Jai Jangalinga, that's the name of the producer company. Long live Jangalinga and long live the farmer. So please join your hands. This is the first time Ms. Manjulata Nayak, a farmer from Odisha, has traveled outside the country. This is the first time she's presenting about her work at an international forum. So it's a big honor and a privilege for us to be at this stage today. Please join your hands. Thank you. Now I'll invite the project anchor, the former project anchor, Diksha Satyavali. She's going to share perspectives on capacity building, on partnerships, and also on what she learned through her 4.5 years of journey in leading and managing this program. Over to you, Diksha.
Thank you, Shawmita. Hello, everyone. My name is Diksha, and I am from Uttarakhand state of India, a hilly region. Currently, I am working at Delhi with Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation for the last 6.5 years. And the two values which I stand for are transparency and courage. I have managed APC project initially for 4.5 years. I have anchored this project. So, like Mr. Kuldeep Singh, our CEO, shared that this project is a collaborative initiative of more than 10 departments of Government of Odisha, Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation, Pradhan as a lead partner, and 17 civil society organization and private CSR. The goal of this project is to sustainably double the income of 1 lakh farmers through capacity building and practicing sustainable agricultural practices. Special focus was given to women empowerment and upliftment. The second goal of this project is to build and strengthen 650 producer groups and 30 producer companies in the project area. This project is being implemented in 40 tribal blocks of the Odisha state. A producer group is a collective of 100 to 150 farmers growing similar crop in a synchronized manner, and producer company is a collective of 3,000 to 5,000 farmers, PG farmers, and a producer company basically channelizes the input and output requirements of the project. I am here proud to share that through this project, we have been able to cover more than 1 lakh of farmers in this project, which is more than 100% of the project target. Around 30,000 acres of land have been covered under irrigated, around 30,000 of acres of land has got irrigation potential. It's working? Okay, okay. So, since we are promoting sustainable livelihood practices in the project area, we made sure that we aware community to not install bore wells in the area, and we are promoting dug wells and farm ponds in the region. Basically, we are trying to optimally utilize the surface water and trying to not dig the groundwater. So we are reducing the groundwater extraction. Apart from that, 16,000 acres of barren land have been converted into fruit orchard. This not only reduces the soil erosion, but also gives additional income to our farmer community. And apart from that, I am also happy to share that this project, the unique collaborative approach, was so recognized in the state that this project was presented 2 times at the Prime Minister's office and bagged prestigious Scotch Good Governance Award in 2019. During the COVID time, when the world was facing a different battle, our community stood strong. At one end, their agriculture produce was lying in the field due to the unavailability of logistic support. And on the other hand, the people in the city were facing lack of vegetables, oilseed, pulses. So community, along with government and BRLF, introduced an innovative approach to address this issue. So this innovative approach was called Vegetable on Wheels. So government issued transportation services, like provided a van to our community member and issued them passes to sell their produce to the nearby city area. So this way, they got a regular income through their agriculture and allied produce, and the city people were able to purchase vegetable, oilseed, pulses. So it not only gave them additional income, but also ensured food and nutritional security of the people in the area. So this project not only facilitates the sustainable livelihood practice, but also provides an ecosystem and platform to these small and medium scale civil society organizations and community to come forward, raise their issues and concerns with the regional government and find their solutions. And the success of the project is that initially we started this project with 41 blocks. And looking at the success of this project, the government of Odisha expanded it to 33 more blocks and planning to scale it up in 28 more blocks in the future. So I would now invite Shamita to come. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Diksha. May I request the technical team to play the next film?
In the highlands of Odisha, Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation, in partnership with Government of Odisha, is actively engaged with the civil society organizations to reduce poverty and bring sustainable agriculture growth in the region through their APC program. Around 100,000 farm holders, mainly women, in 40 blocks of 12 districts in the state of Odisha are emboldened to form agriculture producer groups or clusters. These APCs are self-regulated farm producer organizations of smallholder farmers who synchronize production of a common basket of crops to create a marketable surplus and build a market-linked ecosystem. Each APC has around 20 to 25 producer groups with 150 farmers each. Each group follows a synchronized production of 2 to 3 crops per season. This decentralized approach of smaller producer groups is helping farmers play an active leadership role right from the inception stage, ensuring greater accountability and ownership at the community level. The APC system is building strong mechanisms to provide services for setting up market ecosystems, creating and managing irrigation facilities, helping farmers access MSP and crop insurance services, access new technologies for production, helping farmers access relevant government schemes and provisions, and strengthening the farmer-producer groups. At every stage, the APC program is improving the knowledge, awareness, and skill of the farmers on non-chemical, sustainable, and integrated farming methods. Farmers grow vegetables, fruits, spices, and rare livestock to bolster farm production, biodiversity, and sustainability. In order to bring markets to farmers' doorstep, BRLF, in partnership with Avicol, is fostering agri-entrepreneurs from within the community as value chain enablers who are helping farmers access new markets with fair market practices and enabling them to get production and logistics support.
Thank you all. So that was a glimpse, speaking, the first sharing from our Chief Executive Officer, followed by the farmer from Odisha, Ms. Nayak, followed by the program anchor. We saw different aspects of how the same program or the same project means different things to different people. All of our capacities, like how Kuldeep shared about how he began his journey as a program officer. Today he is the Chief Operating Officer, the Chief Executive Officer. The person who joined the program as a part of the SHG today is one of the board members at a producer company. The person who began her journey as an executive at the organization BRLF, she went on to anchor the program at the state level with multiple state departments, with many multiple producer companies. Fostering this capacity in another also changes something in us, in me as an individual, in us as a group, as an organization. So that's where I'm inviting each one of us to go back to the first question, where I was inviting all of us to introduce ourselves differently. Who am I as what inspired me? So whatever I see outside is who I am inside. If something like innovation inspires me, I am innovative at the heart of anything and everything that I do. If I believe in integrity, then that integrity is what I bring to my teams. So looking at capacity development through who I am, what I bring to the team, how I foster that in the team, lies at the core of our mandate, our vision as Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation. We are deeply committed to livelihoods, especially with the most marginalized, the particularly vulnerable tribal groups, women, youth, and as much as all our work so far has been in central India, we're expanding to other parts. And we're also looking at different forms of livelihoods, integrated livelihoods, and how to make it work, keeping the communities at the core of the design, the core of the implementation, while looking at multiple scales of partnership. We are not just working with the government, we are not just working with the civil societies, we are not just working with private donors, but it's actually a platform that we are fostering, that we are building, that we are inviting everyone to look at these partnerships together. So that's why I'm inviting each one of you present here and your extended networks to connect with us, to share your comments, feedbacks, questions, your own experiences, what inspired you through all our sharings. We all come in different capacities, but we're committed to a common goal of strengthening livelihoods for the most marginalized of the Central Indian and Pan-Indian tribal communities. So the forum is open. Please come and share where all you've worked. I've managed to speak to some of you. You shared about your journey with agriculture. Some of you shared your journey with India. So I'm inviting each one of you to come and share what inspired you, any connects, any comments. The forum is open. Yeah. May I request the team to come to the stage? Diksha, Kuldeep, Manjulata. I'll run the mic for questions or comments. Would you like to share? Next slide.
Thank you for sharing all of your stories. I was wondering how, in a changing climate, how adaptation plays into all of this, and how your organizations and your congregations are working to adapt, because I saw a lot of sustainability, but I'm sure that there's changing climate and a whole slew of other things.
Thank you. So, there are two very cross-cutting agenda which is inbuilt in the BRLF project: the sustainable practices in agriculture and sustainable management of water. So this is two agenda which is almost adopted at all level. So in APC project and in other project also, we have included non-pesticide management, which is a climate resilient practice. So we are building the capacities of the farmer to go away with the synthetic and pesticides, chemical fertilizers, and adopt the very simplest indigenous local wisdom in promoting the organic cultivation. So the one objective of this is to reduce the input cost. You see, the input cost for in synthetic or in imported pesticides and chemical fertilizer is very high. So very often farmers are in loss. I mean, they are not, the farming is not gainful right now. So if they reduce the input cost and grow sustainable practices, that is going to lead them in a better way. This is our experience. And the second thing is the groundwater. So if you see that in Indian context, 80% of the agriculture water is used, the groundwater is extracted, mined for agriculture purposes. So we are promoting the participatory groundwater management practices, in which in that way the community is strengthened, their capacity is strengthened to understand their groundwater, which is not visible. So we are making them to understand the aquifer and then plan their agriculture. If they don't have enough water, groundwater, they should not go for sugarcane, which is a water guzzling crop. So this way we are, practicing or promoting climate resilient agriculture practices.
Any more questions, thoughts, comments, inspirations? Yes, please.
Thank you very much, moderator. My name is Clement. I come from Lesotho. And I don't have a question except that we are very much impressed by what the women are doing in India. And I'm looking at the CEO there. He's a man. How does he manage these many women who are doing the work? And one other thing, why are the other men? Because they are the ones who are supposed to be helping the women. But all in all, I'm very much impressed on what you're doing. And living here, I will not forget to take your details so that we can confess as we depart from here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'd like to add, as much as I'm running the mic, thank you for the appreciation and the acknowledgement. It means a lot. I'd like to add that as much as we are here representing Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation, we are also here representing the indigenous communities and the projects and the locations that we've been working with. So it's not a program designed by one organization, it's a program co-created by multiple constituencies, the civil society, the government, the rural communities, the farming community, women, indigenous. So there are multiple identities at play here simultaneously, and it's the platform that we are enabling, facilitating, and we are purely here in the role of a facilitator. And we seek your inspiration and your experiences and how you have been facilitating different kinds of work. Thank you. Any thoughts, comments? Anyone wants to add anything?
No, I think.
All right, we thank you all for such a patient hearing and engaging with us, listening to us. We find a lot of courage in traveling from India, from different parts of India. It's a new trip for us, a new journey, a new experience, and we hope to build on it. So please connect with us. We have our brochures at the back. We have our reports at the back on one of the tables. Please talk to us, connect with us, visit us, and we'd like to look at new collaborations and new conversations with you in the future. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.